So I'm just going to rest my arm here. I'm still looking at the camera. Crazy hair. Okay, 3 options why I believe in reincarnation. Everything's random. God's an asshole. Ooh. Or I earned it. Again, i.e. that's reincarnation. Because this is something that I've thought about for 5-6 years. Focus grouped it with more people than probably any of my theories or any of my explanations. Again, reincarnation is not my theory. I did not come up with that. Multiple trips to learn repeatable lessons kind of just makes sense because I don't know. But I asked this question of how I ended up middle-class white American and not Ling Ling Paddywhack dying over in a Chinese sweatshop. And I try to explain this to Uncle Tom. What's funny is I've only come up with 3 possible solutions. Okay. Now, there are such things unknowns, questions you don't know the answer to because you haven't even asked the question yet. Things you don't know, or a known unknown would be, how old was Christopher Columbus when he discovered America? To use him again, I know that I don't know that. So that's an example of a known unknown. But 3 possible ways. Everything's random, which I don't really subscribe to when we start to look at the pervasive design of reality. Birds migrate to invisible wave patterns. The complexity of the human eye, the idea that I came out of my dad's balls just kind of shows some sort of pattern. And if that doesn't show pattern, or design rather, then I believe the idea that everything has a balanced opposite shows design. Up, down, east, west, hot, cold, or I could use wet again, wet, dry, dog, cat. They're not really opposites, but we think of them as such. So everything's random. I can't really get on board with that. And then I play around that theory and I'm sitting here like, well, maybe you just don't want to accept everything's random. So you came up with some fanciful, again, cursive language to try to explain it all. But the fact that it's uncomfortable also gives credence to the thought that sometimes the fact it's uncomfortable is because it's wrong. That's why we don't like it. Even if everyone filled out a survey and said life was random, the following Tuesday, they would not live their life as such. Even the most stout atheists don't live their life like it's an accident. They still find meaning in their job and their career and their relationships and want to get healthy and live longer. And, so anyway, everything's random. I don't fuck with that. Option 2, God's an asshole. Okay, so he's just handing out cards. You'll be fat, you'll be broke, you'll be poor, you'll be Oprah. So you'll be raped your entire childhood, as I believe her story goes, and then you'll go down in history as Obama's best girlfriend, or whatever. I don't see God being an asshole. I don't see God being a dick. Dad never liked when I said that. I was always just trying to be funny. And then option 3 is, how did I end up middle-class white American? On a level, I earned it. Okay, which would be the secular way of saying reincarnation, right? So I'm just going to rest my arm here. I'm still looking at the camera. Crazy hair. Okay, 3 options why I believe in reincarnation. Everything's random. God's an asshole. Ooh. Or I earned it. Again, i.e. that's reincarnation. And I can't come up with a 4th. Every time I try to come up with a 4th option, it's always, or every time I ask somebody in public, or in private discussion rather, to come up with a fourth option, they end up saying something about it's random, and they say it in a different way, or they say, well, we'll just never know. And I'm like, I've kind of outlined all three possibilities. You know, you can go left, right, straight, or forward. There is not an unknown that we don't know about. Like, that is the option. Okay, those are the options. I listed them all. It's either raining or it's not. There is no third option. Okay, if it's going to slightly rain, well, then it's raining. That's not a third option. It's still one of the two, right? So these are just the things I think about. And I guess I just feel like I'm on my last life, that there is something to find and then wake up. I mean, on a real note, do you know how many nights I've gone to sleep praying that I don't wake back up here? Like, I do not want to do this again. I forget the math, but it's, I think I did put this in another video, is that if I died tomorrow, 31, almost 32 years, it feels like a short life to some, because they're desperately clinging to be 80. For the life of me, I don't know why. Well, yeah, fear. I did say that before. But you're looking at about 10,867 days. That's a lot.